Leah, how are you?
Good morning, Jim. Doing fantastic.
Good, good, good. How's my screen?
Your screen looks great.
Okay, awesome. I should probably get back to the beginning of the presentation. It always works better that way. 9 a.m. or noon for your East Coasters on the button. This is the way we like to do it. We like to get in 50 minutes, get out. Sometimes we go long because we have a lot of questions. Today is a super exciting webinar. I love this webinar because people struggle so much with social, and you just shouldn't. Look, I get asked from stage a lot. Someone will, and they'll say, "Hey, do I need to Twitter?" And I'm like, "Look, are you calling FSBOs? Are you calling expireds? Are you doing, standard Google AdWords? Do you have good landing pages? There's so many things you need to do before you Twitter, but having a presence in social is very important. Just the exposure from it, the amount of traffic it drives, the awareness it brings to a real estate professional is huge. The problem is it can be a time suck. What we see happening, especially with newer agents, is real estate professionals who get into social feel that doing social is the same as calling expireds, and frankly, it's just not. Social is something that should not be a priority over things that we know are tried and true and get you real business. There's more effective things, but it should be part of your plan. It absolutely must be part of your plan. So what we're going to do today is show you how to get up Monday morning an hour earlier than you normally do, one day a week, and in 45 minutes, have a couple of cups of coffee or eat some breakfast and get your entire social done for the week and move on. So you're this social savvy, awesome agent that everybody thinks is just spending all this time doing social. And at the end of the day, either you or an assistant or someone on your team did it in 45 minutes and you were done for the week. So the bang for the buck is super important, but only if you do it right. So again, today we're going to create a week's worth of killer social content in 45 minutes. By the way, I'm going to give you a sneak preview of it, but based on this presentation that I gave a year ago, PNC Mortgage actually built a new tool, a whole new, just an amazing tool that they're going to launch sometime in the next couple of months that every agent that is on any of our webinars is going to get to use for free. That's this incredible content creation and curation tool. Just very, very cool. And I'll give you just a little tiny sneak preview of it. We have had some questions early in the webinars the last few months that people weren't seeing the presentation at full screen. So if you're not seeing it at full screen, go to your viewer, and at the top you're going to see this little button that says Zoom, and you can adjust it to make sure that you put it on window and scale to fit, and it will fit your screen. So it's not us. If you're not seeing the screen full size on your display, then just go up and adjust that, and all would be good. Remember that you don't have the ability to speak with us. This bums me out a little bit. Back in the day, heck, Ryan, 4 years ago, when we started this thing, we'd have 50 people on a webinar, right? So with 50 people, we could keep everybody unmuted, and it could almost be a round table. I always felt like I was live, and I was on stage, and I just sat down on the front of the stage, and we just talked, and we learned so much. We got killer feedback, and you guys got to ask questions live, and unfortunately, I just looked. We had over 9,000 people registered for this webinar, so probably, clearly we can't just unmute everybody anymore. So it's turned into kind of a bigger and better thing. But Look, you can raise your hand. You can ask questions. We've got people standing by. Leah hangs in. You've got my partner, Ryan, who's frankly, I think probably the best internet marketer in the country right now for real estate. He's standing by. So if you guys have questions, you're going to get them answered. There you go. So we've got, if you've got questions, we've got them answered. Just go make sure that you know where this orange arrow is. You know where the question section is, and you ask them there. At the end or halfway through and even kind of at the end, what we are currently doing is, I'll typically stop. I'll ask Ryan if there's any questions that are good for everybody, and often he will answer everybody to any question that gets answered. So watch that box. If you have questions, let's make sure that we get them answered for you. I want you guys to leave here today with an executable strategy, something you absolutely know you can do. I want you not to wait till Monday. I want you starting this strategy tomorrow, and it's just so easy. I don't care if you spend 45 minutes a week or 5 minutes a day. It just doesn't matter to me. But this is just so easy. You're just going to say, holy cow, Jim, that's how you do it. All these guys you see, all these agents you see posting all this social, they're doing one of two things. Either they're wasting a ton of their time and spending time doing social that they could be doing in a better income-producing activity, excuse me, or they've got a little strategy like this one that I'm going to show you. So look, January, February, and March of this year, I want to go over our goals for 2016. This is about 5 slides. It takes about 5 minutes. I'm not going to do it all year, but I just want to drive this home. Again, our goal isn't to produce webinars that people attend. That's easy. I want to produce webinars that change your business. And in order to do that, you need to understand what our goals are. So if you sit through these webinars for 12 months, you're going to get we're going to fulfill these goals for you, and I want you to understand what they are. So number one, in 2016, we have to increase your lead count. We have got to make sure that you're getting your share of leads. Look, there are more internet leads being produced in the real estate business than ever before, but there's not more homes being sold than ever before. So what's happening is there's more online traffic, there's more online interest, there's more business being done online, but it's more competitive. So we need to make sure that you're getting your share of the eyeballs and your share of the leads. You see, getting leads has gotten fairly easy. We create traffic, and whether that's through organic traffic, through one of our websites, through paid traffic, we're doing probably 10 different types of paid traffic now, whether it's Google ads or dynamic ads or Facebook ads or Twitter ads, or we're doing so many different types of and there's variations of every one of those. So we're doing so many types of traffic generation now. Traffic has become easy. Not necessarily cheap, but pretty darn easy. So the way we get leads is really easy. We create traffic. We drive that traffic through a specific set of landing pages that ask for self-identification, so it's offer fulfillment, and then we contact that traffic right away. It's really important. Response time has just become everything. I would say that in real estate, and certainly in real estate internet marketing, response time and response quality is the new frontier. What we're finding is that a huge percentage, and I don't have it in front of me, but I think it's about 45% of all internet consumers will hire the first agent they speak to, not the first one that replies by email, but the first agent that they have a conversation with. So we've got to respond quicker. We've got to respond better when somebody sends it when we get a lead. We've got to email them, text them, and call them. We've got to make sure our response is highly quality, highly efficient, and highly effective. We've got to make sure this isn't sucking all the time out of our day either. We want to make sure that that the conversation we're having is ensuring that that we're converting more of our leads to actual clients. And look, this is done by better responders. We've become a huge advocate, for example, of 5 Street, where we're responding absolutely immediately. We're letting our agents know that there's a lead immediately. We're letting them route it. We're just super cool. But here's the thing. When we talk about lead conversion, what most real estate professionals don't understand is you've probably got a 7 to 10 day period. You've got a 5-minute period to contact them in, but you've got a 7 to 10 day period to turn them into a client. And at that point, they probably, if they're going to be a client, they've either chosen you or somebody else. After that, what agents don't understand is the value of that lead, if curated properly, will go up over time. So look, what happens is a lead comes in. You have a 1, 2, 3% chance of closing it immediately. If you don't turn that thing into a client immediately, you need to make sure that you've got systems in place so that lead goes into the system and they're getting quality contacts for the next month, 2 months, 6 months, year, 5 years, whatever it is, because as you curate that lead, the chances of them, each day that goes by, the chances of them becoming a client literally go up, not down. So we need to make sure that we have good systems, good autoresponders, good CRM, that we're doing quality touches and we're doing multi-touches. We're not dripping anybody. If I just bought a house from you a year ago, don't send me a buyer tip. We're not dripping people. We're sending high quality touch, high quality content. We need to make sure, this is what I just talked about, that we have better database curation. Look, your database in 2016, getting that in order, knowing the number, knowing how many people you have under nurture, knowing that you're nurturing all your leads properly, knowing that you're growing your database should be one of the most important things you're doing. You should know that today your database, your nurtured database is 504 people, but next month it's going to be 514 or 534 or 544. Next year it's going to be 1,000. You need to know that number. You need to be trading your database accordingly. And we need to make sure, that's through email marketing, retargeting and social sphere retention, which is one of the things we're going to talk about today. You need to make sure that you're geo-farming. Just really important. Exposure is everything. What we're learning is that if you're running pay-per-click or you're running Facebook ads, and look, if you're not running Facebook ads, you're not doing internet marketing. I mean, it's just still the most low-hanging fruit there is, whether it's custom audience or event marketing or just whatever it is. It's the lowest hanging fruit. But what we're learning is for an inexpensive, for example, display ad campaign, where you're using Google's ad network and you're out there and you're touching them in other places, every time they see you in a different venue, it increases the conversion rate of all your platforms. So we need to make sure that we're doing banner ads and multi-touch and retargeting. We're going to show you how to do that this year. And all of this combined, we're going to cover all of this year. It's a full holistic marketing program that you can either do for yourself or have us do it. It doesn't matter, and you're going to get more closings. We're going to make sure that at the end of 2016, if you don't already, that you're saying, wow, internet marketing and the PNC Mortgage / virtual results webinars have changed my business. Just super, super important. Today, we're going to talk about creating content and how to do that in a very efficient way. So today we're going to show you it's going to kind of out of our goals, more leads, better response, more conversions, better database curation, increased exposure. This kind of touches three things. It's going to help you with conversions, no doubt about it. It's going to help with your database curation, because if you're posting content and you have either uploaded custom audience or uploaded your emails of your database into Facebook, for example, they're all going to see you. They're going to see your content, and it's certainly going to be increased exposure. So this is a super, super valuable lesson that we can that we can teach you, and you can execute today. Let's get started. So, step one. Look, I want you guys to understand that social media is very, very good for some things, but not good for everything. When social media first came out, you know, you could walk into a building, throw a rock, and whoever it hit was a social media guru, right? Everybody was a social media guru. And they were telling you how it would change your business. Well, look, it's changed society, and it's changed the way we market it. But ultimately, it doesn't necessarily change your business. What you need to understand is that social media is really good for certain things, but not good for everything. It's not the best lead gen tool that you can have by any means. It helps in lead gen, but it's way better for conversation and relationship building. Now look, here's the cool thing. One of the things that we ask all of our clients to do is go through their entire week with a pen and paper. Old-fashioned, bring a pen and paper with you everywhere you go, and write down every hour for a week, every task that you that you do. Like, what did you spend last hour on? What did you spend next hour on? What are you spending, right? So we want to make sure that we understand how we're spending our time. Then at the end of the week, take that whole list and start circling the things that you spent your time on that you feel are your highest and best income producing activities. And what you're going to find out is it's the stuff that produces leads, produces conversation, and improves relationships. This is your highest and best income producing activities. And, you know, things like listing presentations fall into that. Things like person-to-person meetings fall into that. Things like full-blown lead generation and response fall into that. This is your highest and best income-producing activities. And we need to make sure that we're using our time wisely. The whole idea behind technology is not to give you more to do. The whole idea behind technology is to ensure that you are automating the things that are not your best and highest income producing activities, and spending your face time, your personal time, on the things that are your best and highest income producing activities. So we want to choose our time and tools wisely, so that we understand exactly that we need our face time, our personal time, the time that we're actually, you know, have the ability to talk with clients and work with clients and call expireds that we are doing that. So it's really important that we do that. We need to make sure, with social especially, that we're efficient. Look, I don't want you spending more than an hour a week doing content creation or doing social. It's not valuable enough. It's really important that we make sure that we do our posting all at one time in a very short period of time, and are responding in the spaces. If you have 5 minutes or 10 minutes when you pulled in front of a house and you're waiting for a buyer to show up, if you're sitting in a listing, in an open house, and it goes The open house goes empty for 5 minutes until somebody else shows up. This is when you should be doing your responsive social. But your posting, I want you to do early in the morning on Sunday or Monday or just some day that's actually convenient for you. We need to ensure that we have a plan. Social is planned out just like every other part of your day. We want to make sure that we are doing social content creation. We want to make sure that we're creating social traffic and leads. That's Facebook ads, which we've covered already a little bit this year. We're going to cover a lot more. And we want to make sure that we're doing social sphere retention, which is our Facebook lists, strategy, which I've covered. Heck, I covered it twice last year, I think. And I think it might be still in this year already, but just super valuable. Today, we're going to talk specifically about social content. And look, what I would love is for every one of you to get up Monday morning. Just start your week early. You've either worked over the weekend, or a lot of our agents have decided now to take Sunday off. They've just put their foot down instead of taking Sunday off. Instead of sitting at your desk at 7 on Monday, sit at your desk at 6:15 instead of 8, 7. Find an hour. Do it at lunch on Monday. It doesn't matter. But every Monday, go to your calendar, or today go to your calendar and schedule just 45 minutes, max 45 minutes every Monday to do your social posting. And we're going to show you why. Now, up until now, I'm sure most of you, or at least a lot of you, have tried at one point or another to do social media posting. Like you come in all filled with excitement for a week, and you post every day, and you're on social, and you're looking at Facebook, and you're trying to post valuable content. But I'm telling you right now that social content posting is really, really hard. Like if any of you have continued for months or years of posting social content on Facebook, I'm incredibly impressed, because it is extremely difficult. Well, and it's difficult for a few reasons. The first reason is you have to be consistent. You can't post social for a week and then take 2 weeks off, and then post it for another week, and then take a week off, and then post it for 2 days. You just can't do that. If you're going to be effective at social media, you have to post content consistently. Understand how much content is being created in the world today. Eric Schmidt from Google on stage, he said this a while ago, so it might have even gotten worse, said every 2 days we now create as much information as we did from the dawn of civilization up until 2003. That's just amazing. I mean, that's simply amazing. Every 2 days, we're creating as much content as a society as we did from the dawn of civilization till 2003. So how do you stand out? It's just, I mean, the only way you can stand out is you have to be brilliant. So, I mean, you just have to be, your content has to be amazing. You have to be just brilliant for people to say, oh my God, I'm going to stop on that. I'm going to click on this. Well, think about it. Who has the time to be consistently brilliant? I mean, how can you create brilliant content every day, or every other day even, or even twice a week for the rest of your career? I mean, who can do this? I mean, frankly, most people, no offense to anyone on this group, on this call, because I'm sure you are, most people are just not that interesting. I'm not that interesting. I don't have the ability to create brilliant content every day. Look, I can create brilliant content for a month. And then, frankly, if I'm not incredibly inspired, it becomes difficult. And just like you, I end up kind of not creating content, right? So what we need to do is find other people's content. Let's let other people be brilliant. Let's find content that's already written. Let's curate that content by looking at that content and figuring out what our audience will think is brilliant, and let's share that. So other people's content is the way to be brilliant every single day. Here's the key to this. If you try to be interesting every day, you're going to fail. None of us, frankly, are that interesting. To be interesting every day to your audience, to be able to post content that's interesting every day for the rest of your career. But it's super easy to be interested. Understand that for me to actually go find content that I'm interested in and I think my audience will be interested in is so much easier than writing content that's interesting every day, which I think is, look, I mean, I follow almost all the content creators in real estate. And look, unless you're Teresa Boardman or Todd Carpenter or Jay from Zillow, I mean, who frankly, most of them do this for a living, you're just not that interested. You just don't have the time to be interesting every day, but you can be interested. So look, what we need to do is pull a pool of content into our computer every day or every Monday, right? The idea is, how do we scour the internet for content that we can curate, that we can find is interesting? So all I have to do is say, that's interesting, I'm going to share that. That's interesting, I'm going to share that. That's interesting, I'm going to share that. And many, many years ago, hold on just a second. Let me close this. I'm going to get beat up here. Many, many years ago, there's this thing invented called an RSS feed. And an RSS feed, although it didn't ever really take off, is exactly what this is. Any site that you go out on that has an RSS feed will allow you to say, I want you to send me all that content every time it gets uploaded so I can decide whether or not I want to share it. So if you go out to a site and it's got a little RSS chiclet that looks like this, and you have what's called a feed reader, which I'm going to show you, you have the ability then to have them send you content. Look, what you're not going to do in 45 minutes a week is start going out to 100 different blogs, right, and saying, what's interesting? I need to share something. What's interesting? I need to share something. You need it all sent to you. Now, here's a little sneak peek that we're going to show this in the next couple of months of the PNC Real Estate Newsfeed, where we're going to be able to go to one site. They're going to curate all of the content for you, and you're going to be able to just grab it and share it. So that's going to be awesome sauce, but not today. So today what we need to do is go out and get what we call a feed reader. Now, my favorite feed reader by a mile is called Feedly, and you can just go to Feedly.com, Feedly.com. It's 100% free. It might be freemium. I think if you want a whole bunch of services, it might. No, I think it's free. So go out to Feedly, and what Feedly does is it curates your content for you. So everything we talked about, it will do. Let me show you how easy this is. All you have to do is launch Feedly, and when you launch Feedly, you set up an account, you're going to get a little search box up there. And if I search for real estate, oops, what Feedly is going to allow me to do is it's going to show me all the blogs, all the sites that create real estate content, and I have the ability to subscribe to them. So every day or every Monday, I can just go to Feedly, and everything I subscribe to, any new content that shows up, I then have the ability to share, and I can share it very, very easily. I pull up a article that's sitting in Feedly, and here's all. Look, I can share it with Google Plus, I can share it with Twitter, I can share it with Facebook, I can share it with LinkedIn. In fact, let me see if I can. How am I going to do this? Do I have to hit? I'm not sure how to do this right now. Let me see if I can pull up. Here we go. So let me show you. For example, I just launch Feedly, and mine will already, it sits all the way, it sits logged in, so it's just super easy. And what I've done already is, I do internet marketing and stuff. Not only that, but you guys, this is where I get my news. I mean, I read this stuff every day, so not only am I sharing stuff, but I'm staying informed. But if I wanted to do real estate, or if I even want to do Laguna Beach real estate or whatever, I can do it here. And it's going to show me sites, it's going to show me collections, it's going to show me stories. But say I want to go to, I want to subscribe to Zillow. I can just subscribe here, and there's really good stuff. Notice that what I have the ability to do once this is set up, and I'm going to show you this, is every article every day just comes right here. I can view it any way I want. I can view it as titles only if I want. I can view, so I can see a lot of them. I can view it as cards, which I dig, or I can view it as full articles, which I typically do. And I can just run down. Here's the cool thing. Look at the bottom of every one of these. I can share it to LinkedIn. I can share it to Facebook. I can share it to Twitter. There's even a thing called jaywalking, where J marks something as red. So I can literally hit J, and it goes to the next article, anything I want. Now keep in mind, mine are going to be all tech article. I have just a little bit of real estate in here, but I have internet marketing. But anything that I want to share as I go through this fast, Google's inbox gets smart replies on the web. If I want to share that, I can literally come here. I can go to Facebook, and it's going to share it immediately to my Facebook. If I'm not logged in, it's going to ask me to log in. Look, post, and I'm done. So I have the ability to share things, but wait, I want to assure you this gets way, way cooler than this. Ryan, are people getting this? Are they seeing how cool this is? This is just how efficient, how easy it is to have all your content come to one place all your content. Go ahead. Right?
Can you not hear me?
Yeah, there you are.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. The questions I'm getting that might help, people are asking, okay, well, how do you get the sites in there? How do you know where to go to? I guess you have to kind of like load up your Feedly.
Yeah, so super easy. Let me see if I can get back there. Feedly, let's see, here we are. Yeah, so what you can do, right here is you can search for any of these, and then you can subscribe to them. And once you subscribe to them, I'm trying to figure out how to subscribe. Once you subscribe to them, they will show up. So what happens is anything you've read will go away, and anything you haven't will stay there. So you have the ability to subscribe to any of these blogs. You can just search real estate. You can search what I would do. For example, you could search if you're in Philadelphia. You can search Philadelphia. You're going to want to see news for that, so you can actually, share Philadelphia, right? And it'll show you any of these. Oops, I must have spelled it wrong or something. It will show you any of these, and you can subscribe to any of these particular blogs. Here's add content. If I want to subscribe to the patch, I can do it. In fact, it even lets me do it just straight from here. So now that will be, I can put it in any collection I want, like Laguna Beach. I hit add, and now anything that comes from that is going to show up here. So what I do every day is I just jump in here, I click all, and I start hitting J, 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 right? Anything I've read will go away. I'll never see these things again. Anything new that hits any of the sites that I have subscribed to will show up here. Again, add content, whatever you want to search, real estate, oops. And again, anything that adds a plus, this one's I've added. And I look at some of these terrible real estate agent pictures. That might be funny. The real estate investors, bigger pockets, Chicago Curve, real estate investing blog, Seattle Bubble, photography for real estate, any of these things that I think, here's the New York Times, anything of these, the lighter side of real estate, which might be funny. I'm going to subscribe to that. All I have to do is decide what collection I want to put in, hit add. I will get new articles now each and every day. And again, all I have to do is launch Feedly, hit all, and start walking. So all I'm doing right now is I'm hitting, that's not interesting, J. That's not interesting, J. That's not interesting, J. That's not interesting, J. And when I find something that is interesting, I can come down here and share it. But I don't want to get sidetracked on that, because it gets better than that. Let me show you this. So here is Feedly. So you have the ability to collect, like I just showed you. You add content to Feedly, you hook it up to your social media, and you can share it. Ryan, do we all have that? Do you think that we all have that now?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. But it gets better. There's another free app. It's actually freemium. Again, it might end up costing you, I have the full pro version. I think it's $10 a month, but you can do it free. Feedly you can do free as well. So called Buffer. So imagine this, what Buffer does. It's even better. What Buffer allows me to do is and hang in there with me, because this is a little bit complicated. I have the ability, using Buffer. Let me rephrase this. What Buffer is it's a big storage area. So instead of going to Feedly and sharing things individually off the Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn, which will share them now, right? So if I get up on Monday morning and I do 10 things, they're all going to post Monday morning. What Buffer allows you to do is set a posting time. So say I want to post to Facebook once a day at noon, and I want to post to LinkedIn every other day at 2, and I want to post to Google Plus every day at 4, and I want to post to Twitter twice a day. I can set those posting times up in Buffer. Then when I go to Feedly, instead of sharing to the individual social media websites, I can send everything to Buffer. Buffer will just collect everything I've sent. It'll store it, and when the next posting time that I have indicated shows up for any of those social media networks, it will post at that time. So here's what I can do. I can get up Monday morning. I can find 10 articles, which is all you need, 10 articles that I want to share. I can share them all to Buffer. I can leave for the week. And Monday, Buffer will post one to Facebook, one to Twitter, one to Google Plus. Tuesday it'll do it. Wednesday it'll do it. Thursday. And I am done for a week. So all you need to do is you need to go to Buffer. And I'm going to show you. I think it's bufferapp.com now. No, it's probably still Buffer. Yeah, bufferapp.com. See that? BUFFER app.com. And all you do is first of all, you set up your account. So notice I can connect Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google Plus, even Pinterest. So that's it. So what I want to do is do all my accounts, and then what I can do, see, is I come over here, I can schedule. So look, if I've got LinkedIn and I want to post LinkedIn every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday at 7 a.m., I can do that. If I want Twitter to post every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday at 7, I can do that. If I want to have Facebook post once a day, my Facebook page post once a day, if I want Pinterest to do once a day, whatever I want to do, however I want to post, what I do is I load up content here, and you can see content that is here already. I load up content, I just send it here, and it shows you this is when it's going to post this particular content right on your schedule. It's just the easiest and coolest thing easy. Once you get this set up, it's just like such a no-brainer. I mean, like, why wouldn't you do this? You can even do it. They've got apps. Buffer's even got apps. You can even do it from your. You can even do it from your mobile phone. So you set up your accounts. Super easy, just like I showed you. Then you set your schedule. I do my Facebook page twice a day. You don't really need to. Look, if you're posting 3 times a week, you're good. But if you want to post once a day, you can. I kind of like this drive time in between, for both West Coast and East Coast, and I'm pretty prolific, so I post a little bit more. But look, I've got my page, I've got my Google Plus page, I've got my company Facebook page, I've got a group in here, I've got Twitter, I've got Facebook, I've got LinkedIn. But I don't have to pay attention to any of those. I just have to load up Buffer. In fact, when I run out of content, Buffer will even send me an email saying, oh, by the way, this particular social network is empty. Do you want to post some more content? So it's just super, super cool. And let me show you, once you set Buffer up, let me go here, and you go back to Feedly, this is the coolest thing, is instead of just exactly the way we said to do it. So I'm going to Feedly. Every time I come here, I click all. But again, if I wanted to click just one of my groups, see, I've got things marked to brand marketing, content marketing, inbound marketing, real estate. Remember, these are the ones I just saved. So even if I want to just come here, and I always look at full articles. Look at what happens. So these are 10 expenses. These 10 expenses are why realtors don't make the kind of money you think they do. Look, this would be a cool thing, not necessarily for you to post, but this would be a cool thing for me to post. This, on the other hand, would be something good for you to post. What I wish I had known before buying an old home. And it's super, super easy. Look at this. So it's a really well-written, interesting article. Look at this thing. And all I have to do is click Buffer. And all I have to do is, look, here it puts in here, wish I would have known. And I would always say something like, very cool article, worth a read. Or something like that. And look, what I can do is just tell Buffer where I want this posted. Realize I don't have to post every piece of content to everything. Like here, I may not want to post to Pinterest, so I'm not going to do Pinterest. I may not want to post this to Twitter. Maybe I only want this to go to Facebook, or maybe I want it to go to everything. It doesn't matter. But once I do, all I have to do is click Add to Queue. It goes to Buffer, and the next time when a Buffer schedule ticks off for any one of these social networks, it's going to go there. And frankly, if this posts to Facebook today, but I don't have a Twitter calendar, then it'll post to Twitter tomorrow. It stays in the queue. It handles all the different social media networks differently. How cool is this, you guys? Look, please, in the question box, if you're getting this and you think this is cool, if all of a sudden you're thinking, I can do all my social in 45 minutes, I can do my entire week social posting in 45 minutes, please type in, this is cool. I want to know, Ryan, that people are totally understanding this, because I just think it's so incredibly valuable. Like, where was this 8 years ago or 6 years ago when I started doing social? So look, you can choose your networks, like we said, whatever networks you want, and you add it to queue. I just showed you this. Live. And what happens is then if you go actually to Buffer, it'll even show you what's there, and it'll show you what is next to be, you know, how many are in your queue. You can even click on calendar. It'll show you every single thing. By the way, you can also use Buffer if you want to create a video, if you want to put up your own blog post, if you want to market your site, if you want to put up an ad, any content. You don't have to use it through Feedly. Feedly's damn cool and super easy, but any other content you're creating, you can also go into Buffer and just say, send it to all of these. In fact, what you can do, this is even, I think I have this loaded up. I don't use this that much, but I mean, if you're out just anywhere, you can actually, see, so what I can do is I can come here, anything that's on my screen, if I'm just kicking around the web, if I go to a listing that I like, whatever, and I click Buffer, it's going to allow me to share that. So I've even got a look, I can buffer this page. It gives me, anywhere on the internet that I can see content, I have the ability now to share it, and share it with as many different, schedule. I don't have to share it this second. I can share it whenever I want to share it, and it will schedule it out. It's the coolest way to do social media that you can imagine. Look at this schedule. For some of our clients that we do their social, this is how we do it. I mean, we don't have the ability to jump on at 2 o'clock on Tuesday and jump on at Thursday. What we'll do is we'll curate awesome content for them. We'll take over their Buffer account, and we'll post for the week so that we have the ability to show super awesome quality content to them. Ryan, I wanted to leave time. We've got about 4 minutes. I wanted to leave time for questions because I need everybody to get this. I mean, I hope everybody gets this. Or Leah, what are you finding? I think that this is just a no-brainer. I mean, if you spent 20 minutes a week, you can get up 5 articles, 8 articles, and take care of your posting for a week. And what's happening then is people are going to respond to your posts, and they're going to, and it's to start creating conversation. And then in the spaces, you should always have your social media set up so it sends you an email when somebody responds. You say, oh, somebody responded, and you just go in there. Now you're creating conversation because you're being interesting by being interested in scheduling all your stuff in a very efficient way. Just super, super easy, crazy valuable. What kind of response are we getting?
Well, people are very excited about it. A lot of them are saying, this is cool, I get it, I'm following. There is some trepidation about whether or not they're going to be smart enough or savvy enough to actually set it up. There's a couple things going on here. You go to Feedly, you're finding some sites, you're adding them to Feedly, then you're visiting Feedly, then you're sharing them through Buffer, then Buffer's kind of staggering them. So it isn't exactly a 1, 2, 3 straight, it's simple, but there are a lot of steps. I wish that we had an infographic or something we could share,
Yeah, we could produce something, but at the end of the day, I mean, it really is quite easy, and the reason it's easy is just because And look, I mean, I shouldn't make light of that. You know, all tech is never easy, right? But look, if you go to Feedly.com, it's going to prompt you to set up an account. Once you set up an account, let's go here. I'm already logged in. Once you set up an account, you guys, this is how simple it is. Set up a new account. It's going to take you to this page. You're going to click on Add Content. You're going to search. I would search real estate. You're going to, something under
So
site.
you're searching right inside Feedly as opposed to going out and finding these articles.
So much easier. So much easier.
So even if you knew the site, like you knew your own site, it might be easier to type your own URL in here and find it as opposed to going and getting it.
I wonder if you can do that. You can. So yeah, so like you come straight to virtual, here's our site, right? And you can I can add my site. So yeah, even if you know a site here that, you know, you'll get our news, you'll get, yeah, even if you know a site that you can do it. Again, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to hit add content, and I'm going to type in. But look, I can even do this. I can look through here if I want. You know, I would do one world news site just because I think it's interesting. I would do a real estate site. I would put in your hometown here. So look, I mean, I got Laguna Beach Patch. This is good news. I mean, this is stuff that I want to share with people. If I'm a real estate professional, this is the easiest stuff in the world to share. Now look, all I have to do is again, I'm going to hit add content. Say the very first thing we want to do is add your city or neighborhood even. So I'm going to, the Tribune, I might take a couple of these, but let's try, I'm just going to enter, see what it gives me. And look, so here are the sites, and all I have to do to subscribe, Rye, is click this green thing here, and I'm subscribed. It's really that simple. Then all I need to do is hit all. Make sure that up here it's full article. And the only reason I want full article is because I want to do the jaywalking thing where I hit the key J. But look, in everything here, Google Maps goes beyond Uber to aggregate. Oh, this is awesome. So this is something I would probably share. And instead of hitting Facebook or anything like this, because I've got Buffer app set up, I just have to hit Buffer. Now let's go to Buffer app really quick because, again, it's just as easy. Go to bufferapp.com, sign up. This is a little more difficult, but it's just basically 2 steps. You're going to hit the plus button, and it's going to ask you what accounts you want to link. And look, if you're set up, for example, like if your Facebook is already open, it's going to launch it for you. There's nothing you have to do. It's going to connect it for you. The worst thing it's going to do is ask you for a password. So you want to connect a Twitter account. Look, I don't care if you guys tweet or spend any time on Twitter. But because there's no extra bandwidth, no extra time, if you don't have a Twitter account, if you don't have a Google Plus account, now's your time to open one because you're going to post to it with no extra time. It's free to actually get that exposure. You're syndicating to it. So it's so easy. So all you're going to do is you're going to set up your social networks, and then you're just going to come back. You can go to dashboard, and once you do that, you're just going to schedule. So you click on a social network, and it's going to ask you, when do you want to? All you do, see, you click that on, you click it off. So say I want to go every day. I do that. Say I want to just do 1 day a week. I go, or 2 days a week. I don't want to do Saturday or Sunday. I can do that. And then just what time? And look, if you want to start, just do 7 a.m. Just do 3 times a week at 7 a.m. and do the same thing for, if you want, for every network, just to make it very, very easy. Just click on these. These show up as soon as you set them up, and you are done. That's it. You're done. So now that that is set up, when you go back to Feedly, this is going to show up. And when you click on it to share something, it's going to show you the social networks that you have set up in Buffer. And all you have to do is click the ones that you want to share to and hit add to queue, and it's going to schedule those out. So look, where it is a lot of steps, it's really not that difficult. It's actually quite easy. And this is one of these things, you guys, where if you just put it in your schedule and you just commit to doing it, I'm telling you, like, I mean, what I should have done on this webinar is done. I should have done my Monday posting today. Maybe I'll do it on Thursday. So on Thursday, I'll do, if anyone wants to show up, I'll go through and just show you how long it takes. I think I can do my entire weekly posting in 15 minutes now. It's just not, I spend a little more time because, frankly, this is also where I get my news. I'll see something from some amazing tech guru on some very savvy internet marketing technique, and I'll say, Ryan, this is where he gets it. I'll send him an email saying, hey, are we doing this? Like, are we doing this for our clients? He'll go, yeah, we've been doing that for 6 months. Don't worry about it, Jim. But this is where I learn my stuff. So I will look at probably 50, 60, 100 of these a day. I spend more like 20 or 30 minutes a day, but it's not because I need to. It's because I want to. I mean, it's not all posting. It's just this is where I learn what's going on as far as my industry. This is where I learn what the hottest internet marketing things are. Not only that, but there's some stuff in here that I'm actually really interested in. A live tech talk with Richard Branson at 30,000 feet. I'm going to watch that. I mean, that's interesting to me because it's something that I care about. I happen to like him, and I happen to dig tech. So we've got a little bit long today, but Ryan, how did we do? Did that last kind of review, do you think that helped people? Is there anything else we can do?
I think it did. We won't really know. But I want to remind people we just met on Thursday. People replay. Yes, you can see the replay very quickly in about 2 days. And everyone here is subscribed to that one. You'll get a notice in your email so that you can remember to show up. And then PNC is getting very improved about turnaround time to getting it.
Yeah, Ryan, you're cutting in and out quite a bit. But, yeah, so look, this is what I suggest to everybody on the call. Try to set this up in between now and Thursday at 9 noon, right? If you have any problems with it, just write down where you have the problem. Come on Thursday. We'll get you through it. So by the end of Thursday, you'll be set up, and Monday you start posting. That's my commitment to you. So I'll run through this same webinar quicker on Thursday. So I have 20 minutes at the end, and we can make sure that everybody on this call has this set up. And then, frankly, I want to know who you are because I want to follow you so that I can see the posts you're putting up. So very, very cool. Look, you guys, I hope you found this all valuable, and more importantly, I hope you execute on this. This is the difference between this PNC Mortgage webinar and every other webinar you're finding in real estate. This isn't a 30,000-foot view. It's not a lightly veiled pitch for something. This is valuable strategies that we're using for our clients that PNC is allowing us to give to you for free. It's stuff that you can execute. There's no money involved. It's valuable, and it will change your business. You can imagine, even 30 minutes a week. If you spend 30 minutes a week on this and you're posted, you have this valuable content in social, you can imagine how that's going to give you more exposure and make you more relevant to your clients, followers, readers. It'll also increase your Google page rank. It will help you in the social graph. It's super, super valuable. So if you love this, do two things. One, if you want to come Thursday, you're cordially invited. Two, if you want these things to go on and on and on like we do, hug your PNC rep. Make sure you understand who they are. Make sure you tell your LO that they're valuable, and make sure that you execute, everybody. Have an amazing, amazing day. We'll see you on Thursday.